Hamas is backed and supported by Iran's IRGC squad, and this is a squad force. Okay, so you're welcome back to today's episode. I'm going to be telling you how the issue between Iran and Israel actually started. So this is how it started from October 7th, 2023. A lot of people have been hearing about it, but you don't know how it started. So this is how it started. Okay, stay tuned. Let me just tell you everything. Because the Irans are supported, they launched an operation in Israel that was very disturbing, and it's unexpected by the Israelis. So this is very unusual. So this was launched, and this operation was launched. So Israel thought that something has actually happened, and this actually died almost 1,200 people in Israel. So 1,200 people of Israeli was died, and this is not a very good one. So this particular thing and operation that went on in Israel by the Iran, Israel didn't take it lightly, and this rained tension in Israel. So this actually prompted Israel to retaliate heavily in Gaza, not only in Gaza but even in other Iran aligned groups across the regions. Now, not even only Gaza was affected by the retaliation Israel took, and even other places like Lebanon were also affected, and they felt the heat from Israel. So do you really think Israel would have taken an action like this, or they would have calmed down and, you know, they would have calmed down and investigate well, or what? So this is something like, this is a kind of surprise that Israel didn't expect it, and they received this. So even Syria was also affected, and other parts of the Iran. Okay, so then again, Israel decided to take an air action by 2023, early 2023. Yes, they decided to take early action. I will not use every word here because of YouTube algorithm, but I'm also going to be writing out some words on the screen so you understand better. So they took actions in Syria, and which made every people around the Syria, Gaza, they came to notice that Israeli have started taking action on them. And remember, I said that this whole thing started like play, and Israel decided to take an action. Military advisors were also fired in Iran. So this is as a result of the conduction of the operation by Israel. They conducted an operation by air, and they decided to rain it on Syria, Iran, and this affected their military. So this action that Israel decided to take is part of a campaign to disrupt Iranian missions and action of what they want to do, because they want to carry out some of their properties to another location. So Israel decided to disrupt it. So Israel felt like Iranian wants to take an action on them and transferring some of their goods to a new place, another part. So they didn't want to keep quiet so that everything will not start escalating. So the escalation they started bothering the Israelis. So they decided to just see if they can stop every action that Iranians are taking. So this transfer of properties by the Iranians was to, they planned to transfer them to Hezbollah, but Israel disrupted it. Now, the first action that the action that Iranian took again on Israel was on April 2024. So they decided to take an action on Israeli because it was getting out of play. So some of the drones were released and launched. About 300 drones were launched by Iranians. So during this 13 April 2024, they decided to launch this and send some to Israeli. But it didn't happen as they planned it, because some of their plans and the things they sent out was intercepted, and they couldn't carry out the exact plan as they wanted it. So during this whole thing were going on, Israeli decided to come for the people who are strongly behind the Iranians and the people that are supporting them, which is also the IRGCs and some of their leaders. So Israel came for them. Then during this October 1st, 2024, the Iranians decided to launch some of their materials on Israel, because the first one they tried was intercepted. So they decided to launch another one on them, which they didn't take it lightly with Israeli, and the whole thing is getting on and on and on. Though even the second part of it and what Iranians decided to do and tried and even sent out didn't still hold again. It was also intercepted. Yes. So this is somehow looking like the Israel was almost ready for these people, and they have already had their plans mapped out. Now, this whole thing didn't still stop. The Irans didn't still stop. They decided to continue and see how things are going to be and the rest of the plans. They continued, and till date this is still going on. So you that is watching me and I'm giving you this information, what do you think that is actually being or what do you think that can actually become what Iranians should talk about or Israel should do? What exactly do you think? Because I just explained to you in few details how it started, and at least with this few points, though I didn't use every word here, you can understand how this whole thing started. And this started in 2023, so it is not very funny, but it's actually getting more escalation than we thought. So if you have watched this video till this point, do well to give me a follow, a subscribe, and share this video to your friends. Then if you have any questions, just drop it at the comment section. Tell me what you want me, ask me what you want me to give you information about again.